Back now on Triad today, just about time for the roundtable, but another quick shout out to the good folks here at Senior Botanical Garden in Kernersville. Please visit their website, visit the garden. It's a great place to do all your events. Hope you'll do that. Hope you'll also stay with us for the roundtable, and here we go with it. On my right, but always a political left, Ogie Overman, the great broadcaster and journalist, and socially distanced behind us and held over from a previous segment where we were talking about big brothers, big sisters, the great David Daggett, a record-breaking big brother, and we congratulate you on that again, and Keith Grimberry, founder of Helping Hands Consultants. Guys, North Carolina House Speaker Tim Moore is proposing legislation that would make masks optional in K-12 schools, even though most children have not been vaccinated. Now, we heard recently that Wilkes County and a few others were already trying this, but this would be a state law. Guys, COVID is still spreading, so should parents have the option not to have their children wear masks during this period where they're still not vaccinated, Ogie?
Another swing and a miss for good old Tim Moore. It's not time quite, Jim, it's just not time yet. When kids under 5 can't get vaxxed yet, and most of the kids in elementary school aren't vaxxed yet.
Haven't, yeah.
Yeah, they can't.
It's a really low percentage of that. David, what do you think?
Unfortunately, we're raising these issues in these bills to gain political points, not being logical, reasonable, and rational. I think both sides are doing that. Let's listen to the science, the reasonable science, not the science at the far end. Follow that. It's probably not quite time yet. It's probably coming. We don't need a state law.
Keith?
It's not time yet. None of the kids, most of the kids aren't vaccinated. None of the kids under 5 are vaccinated. COVID is still here. It's still spreading. Why are we having this issue? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just common sense to do it. Last week, we all agreed that the Winston-Weaver fertilizer plant, which had no sprinklers or fire alarms, should compensate area residents who were displaced by the fire at the plant. But now, some members of City Council, including our friend Dee Dee Adams, who I usually agree with, they want to use $1 million in taxpayer money to compensate residents for lost wages. A little bit different issue. Ogie, what do you think?
I saw part of that debate, and one guy raised the issue about there ought to be some kind of codified policy before you start giving away money. And I can kind of see that, but it needs to be made quickly. I mean, these people need money now.
Should it come from the taxpayers or from the plant?
I would generally say no. But there's some people that got displaced, lost wages, that they need those wages this week. I think what should happen is the government should step in, but only under the condition that they're going to seek reimbursement through legal avenues for everything they've paid out to whoever's responsible.
Keith, what do you think?
I think Dee Dee has a good point. I think they should compensate them, but I think that the people should have a class action lawsuit against the company for not having sprinklers and all of the safety measures in that building. That is unlawful.
All right. A new Florida law would ban teachers from discussing sexual orientation or gender identity in elementary schools. They say such information is not, quote, age appropriate, unquote. Guys, do you agree with that assessment? And if so, would you like to have that adopted in North Carolina schools? Ogie?
No, there is credible evidence that says that kids are aware of their gender identity.
Yeah. Or genital identity.
I mean, if a kid feels like he's been born into the wrong body, they become aware of that stuff at 5 or 6. So maybe there's a gentle way to do it without, laying it to the world. Take a kid, let a kid confide in the teacher that.
But in sense of having curriculum, wouldn't that be over their head in general?
Well, again, we're making this political when it shouldn't be. There should be age-appropriate ways, as Ogie says, to do it in a very gentle, diplomatic manner that can provide some awareness that's needed to function in society as you grow up.
Keith, parents down there are saying, no, we don't want elementary kids exposed to this yet.
I think that the parents have a point, but I think there should be some conversation between the parents and the teachers, and they should be able to do it in a respectful manner.
All right, closer to home, High Point City Council recently agreed to establish a commission to look into the possibility of reparations for slavery. Do you guys think anything will come of this? And number 2, how could reparations be paid if they were voted in? Ogie?
I just don't see it happening, Jim. We've been talking about it for how long now, 20 years or more? I just don't see it happening.
David Daggett.
Yeah, I don't see it happening either. However, it has prompted some good, necessary conversations in dialogues among society that I think we've long needed.
Mr. Granberry.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm kind of tired of conversations. I want some action. There's so many issues that black people have had to deal with in this country, and the fact that the country was built on the back of slaves. There should be something that should be looked into.
Yeah, maybe
Critically.
maybe we could start making reparations in the form of social programs, and not just for black kids, but everybody. Big Brothers Big Sisters comes to mind. Donations to that.
Absolutely.
All right, this spring, very quickly, lawmakers may once again vote on whether medical marijuana should be legal in North Carolina, like it is in 36 other states. Up or down, quickly, Ogie.
I really hope this is the year. I think it might be. There's enough Republicans on
I
board.
sound like a broken record. Follow the science. If the medical science says this is necessary to treat people, yes.
Yes or no? Is it going to happen?
No.
All right, and finally, the Idaho Potato Commission is launching a perfume that smells like French fries. The perfume will cost about the same as a large order of fries. Guys, would you buy French fry perfume for your significant other? Ogie.
In the words of Keith Granberry, no.
David Daggett.
I'd buy it for Ogie and Keith, but no.
Keith, would you?
Hey, it's crazy you ask this question because I've been fiending for McDonald's French fries, so I would buy it from her, but she'd probably throw a hot dog at me, which she did over Valentine's Day.
You want to eat the fries, but you don't want to smell like
I
them.
don't want to smell like
All right.
fries.
I'm not sure why I even asked that question. All right, well, that's all the time we have. Oh, except for this. A New Jersey man says he just received a letter in the mail that was mailed to him in 1946. Now, if you're doing the math on this, that means the letter was delivered 75 years late, or as Postmaster Louis DeJoy would call it, on time. You like that? For all of us here on Triad Today, I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next week.